What's up, y'all? It's the Relentless podcast where we're stirring up passion and purpose for marriage.
That's right. We're diving into topics you always wanted to talk about. Real life, real struggles, real love, and real results. So what are we waiting for? Let's go in. Welcome back, friends and family, to the Relentless Love Podcast Season 2 in full effect, and we're glad you're with us today, man. Go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. Let's run the numbers up. We're trying to expand on what we're doing, man, and reach more couples like you to empower them and resource them to have healthy, satisfying marriages and relationships, man. So, y'all run it up. Run it up one time.
And for sure, do it this month because we have some giveaways. We have a vision retreat bundle that we're going to be giving away. So make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be looking for that and share the posts that we share throughout this month.
Yeah, we got a webinar coming up. Yeah. Man, we got a lot of fun things coming up. We got some guests that's recording, and we're going to have some guest appearances on our podcast, too. So we got some fun things coming up before the year ends, man.
So save the date for October 24th. That is our webinar. So go ahead and register, and there's a special giveaway just for that.
Special. Just like you. You look a little golden, a little bronze, man. What's going down?
Yeah, I was actually looking like Michael Jackson on the weekend. We went on a family cruise, and man, that sun.
Yeah, we got the sun treatment. We got refreshed. We got heated up. You know what I mean? Took the kids and they wore us out, so we look drained. We're pushing through right now.
We are pushing.
We are sacrificing for you because we tired. We tired. You're not supposed to go on vacation and come back tired, are you?
No. And normally what we do is we work on our vision retreat. So that's what we're going to talk about today is how do you have vision for your marriage since we didn't get to do it on the trip.
Vision. And y'all dialed in. What do you see? Do you have it, right?
Yes.
Sure. Gotta have some vision, man.
So why do we need vision in our marriage specifically?
Yeah, I mean, well, one, you need to know where you're going. Mm-hmm. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Yeah. What do you see for your marriage? What do you see for your relationship? Yeah. What do you see for the future? Right? We can always see right now. We can see all the struggles. We can see all the wins right now and the obstacles right now. But what about, 2-3 years down the line, 5 years down the line?
Right.
Like, what do we want to see?
Well, with couples, what we hear often is, I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to have the marriage my parents had. Or maybe I do, but that's not quite enough. We have to dial it in. Like, what is that common vision for us that really accentuates our strengths, and all the complementary differences that we have.
Facts. And you got to get out of your own head because, shoot, I can't read your mind. You can't read my mind. But if we got all these thoughts about our future in our head and we never come together and talk about where do you want to be, then you might see us way over there. And I might think in my head, we going to be over here. And what's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, we have a whole episode about it. Unmet or unrealistic
expectations, man. And you already know where that's going.
It's no good.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about vision today and the importance of that, why it's necessary, man, and why it affected us and many other couples in a bad way. But once we dialed in, how it just really catapulted us into a new dimension in our relationship.
So how would you define vision?
I would define it as being able to see the future. Mm-hmm. Really, like what do I foresee me or whatever I'm visioning about? What do I foresee it being in the future versus where I'm at right now? So it's like really like a motivation of like I'm not gonna be here forever. Where do I want to be?
Right.
And then being able to brainstorm, to dream, and to kind of just inspire myself to say, okay, well here's where I am now, but 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. That's where I see myself being. Now I have a destination.
Right. So it's also a picture, but then a plan, right? Mm-hmm. Because a vision without a plan is just a dream, right? And so we want it to be reality. We want it to be something we can implement. So it's that picture you see that keeps you motivated, but there's also a plan of action that you can implement. Yeah,
you gotta have a plan. We do a lot of mentorship. We do a lot of one-on-one coaching with women and men. And one of my favorites is one of our last, I think like week 7 or week 8, where we had this picture of a woman packing her suitcase.
Yeah.
And it's like, have you ever packed a suitcase and not go somewhere? Like, who got a suitcase just sitting around and you got it packed up, but you ain't got no destination to go? Like, that's stupid, bro. Like, who does that? No, you pack because you know you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And so knowing a destination, I know that we're going to Key West. I know we're going on a cruise. I'm packing my bag because I'm excited that we're going over there. Yeah. And so I need to have a plan to get ready. What do I need in my bag so that I'm prepared for where I'm going? Right. And that's the same with a vision. It's like, I know a destination over there. We're going to go over there. The plan is this is what we need to have in order for
Right.
us to get there and be successful.
Right. And that it is the measure of success, right? It's not just about how much we have in the bank account, but did we accomplish the thing
Right.
that God put us on earth to do, especially together?
Yeah, it's purposeful, man. Marriage is more than just, having sex and having babies
Yeah.
and having laughs and giggles and enjoying this. It's like, what are we building together,
Yeah.
right? What do we see as the bigger picture, the
Yeah.
high level picture of purpose and vision and,
Yeah.
and walking that out as a couple,
But there's a huge difference between a vision and goals, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have so many go-getters, right? So many out there, especially in marriage coaching, right? Overachievers.
Oh. I'm talking about highly successful
Highly
business
successful.
men and women, man. I mean, I'm talking about high capacity leaders, very accomplished, very, very successful in all different types of walks of life. And they know how to get things
Right,
done.
so they're achieving,
So, yeah.
they're making strides, they got a lot of money, but you ask them, what is the vision for your marriage? And it's crickets.
What? Vision for what?
Right.
Wait.
And
Hey,
then
they
what
be
happens,
surprised.
so then the kids are out of the house and the wife is fed up, right? Because
Yeah.
you've been grinding, getting, stacking it up, but not making the marriage a priority. So
Yeah.
it's very important. It's okay to be goal oriented and
Right.
be a go getter, but you need a vision. You need an overarching vision
Yeah.
that keeps you like in perspective and like
Yeah.
focus, keeping the main thing the main thing.
Right. And I always do this in our mediations with our couples and stuff. I always bring this up. I said it's interesting that we can go to corporate America jobs or other businesses and organizations and work and punch the clock, and we know how to do all these things: vision, the morals, the
Values.
standards and values of a company, goal setting, casting vision for the next quarter. We do all these things, and we do great customer service, right? I like doing that. We're like, man, we got exceptional customer service when we go to work and punch in. But then we come home and we like don't have no customer service
Right.
for our relationship.
There's
We don't have no
nothing left.
customer service for our kids. We ain't got no vision planning, no quarterly meetings, no
Right.
nothing for this. But we do it everywhere else. But then we kind of act like we don't know what to do here.
Right.
It's like, bro, it's the same concept
Yeah.
that you do every other day you
And
go to
we're
work.
just in survival mode and not really thriving. So
Exactly.
that's our goal today, is just to share some tips and insights on how you can develop a vision for your marriage and begin thriving, even if you're healthy, but like there's always another level.
Yeah. Dream, keep dreaming, right? That's really what it is, just dreaming. And sometimes we get in a lull and we get kind of content,
Yeah.
complacent, or just like, sometimes we're just downright lazy.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to dream and plan and have more responsibility because of all the other things. And it's
Right.
like, no, that's how we get out of the staleness and the
Right.
lull of where we are now to like, let's go somewhere different in our
Right.
relationship and our
So
marriage.
speaking of which, what are the signs and symptoms of a lack of vision? How do you know you don't have vision? Maybe you think you do, but what are some things, some indicators that couples can look out for?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just said a few of them: staleness,
Mm-hmm.
contentment, complacency, frustration, irritation, because you're kind of stuck
Right.
in a cycle of the sameness or like the same obstacles, and you keep bumping
Right.
up against these same barriers because you don't have a plan or vision to get past where you are.
Right.
I think even depression.
Mm.
Sometimes, like, depression can be subtle and big, like just a subtleness of like defeat all the
Right.
time, and like lowness and negativity, and you could be stuck because you feel like you're stuck in a certain season,
Right.
and you're not moving or not having any traction. So I
Right.
think those are big indicators that, man, you know what? I don't think I have a vision for the future beyond where I'm at now.
Right.
And I'm stuck, complacent, lazy, irritated, frustrated,
Right.
or maybe even depressed, and don't have a positive outlook for where we're going.
Yeah, and relationally, there's usually strife because there's not a common vision that we're both cooperating and contributing to.
Right.
You might feel stifled.
Yeah.
You may feel like, man, you have all these ideas, but there's not a place
Yeah.
for it, or you have so much to offer on your job, but then, man, what do I do at home?
Yeah.
So many couples feel that way, both husbands and wives.
Yeah, tons of them that feel like I got so much potential in me, but I'm not doing anything with it,
Right.
and we're not going anywhere
Right.
with the gifts and ideas and thoughts that maybe y'all haven't even felt safe enough to share with each other, and now you both feel like you're on the shelf at
Right.
home, right? And so that then, here we go.
Yeah,
Confident.
and that's not God's design. He
Yeah.
wants us to feel a sense of purpose, especially in our marriage.
Yeah, and that was us stuck at the first
Yeah.
few years. I know y'all heard our story. We was stuck the first couple of years. I had no vision for the marriage. I was just like, okay, we got married now. That's it.
Yeah, and I had a lot of vision, but trying to submit, I felt stifled. I felt held back a lot, and it was very frustrating. I felt like I didn't have a voice. We felt like roommates. Like it was very transactional. We would talk about, oh, what are we doing with Savion? Let's pay these bills, but we weren't dreaming beyond that.
Right, yep, exactly. And I didn't know no better. A lot of us out there, even y'all listening, sometimes you may not even heard this stuff before. Like, what is a vision? Why am I planning for the future of my marriage? Like, I thought we just get married and then we just go one day at a time. Like, that was my concept, and I never had those skills or those conversations in regards to relationship and marriage, and as a husband, leading your family to a certain place and having a plan for the future and all that. I was just one day at a time, like I saw everybody else around me doing, and then to the detriment of our relationship, man, I'm hurting. Right. Inside, I'm hurting you, and we hurting each other. And so if you out there, just know that, like, this is something that you need to get on top of, right? And
it's more important than anything else, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all you have. Right,
exactly. Yeah. And you can't take nobody or anybody anywhere you haven't even seen yet, right? Or even have a vision for, like, even biblically, like, God was like telling Abraham, hey, go somewhere, but he was giving him at least a visual.
Yeah.
It wasn't the exact destination, but he was like, I'm taking you somewhere. It's a land that's going to be promised field, and you're going to have this and this and that and that. And he's like, all right, I'm going to take my steps and go. We're going to get there. But at least he had a vision of something that they're moving towards. And if you don't have nothing, man, where we going?
Well, the Bible also says, like, without vision, the people perish. And it's like, if you feel like, man, I'm just dying, like I'm dying personally, our marriage feels like it's dying. The hope is God can resurrect anything. If he did it for us, he can do it for anybody. But you need vision. Like, you can get the tools, but if you still lack vision, man, it's only a matter of time that contention and strife and all of that confusion will come in. In fact, we've talked to a lot of couples lately about midlife crisis. Well, what is that? Really, it's I have no sense of vision and purpose.
Yeah, for the next season of my life. Yeah, like, or they want to go back. Man, I want to go back. I want to go back.
I want to relive the glory days. No, it's like what happens is you get to the end of your career or your kids, fly off out of the nest, and then it's like your whole identity was tied to being a mom or being a father or being a breadwinner. And when that changes, you lose, you're totally disoriented. So you're going out just trying to buy the next motorcycle and do all of this to feel good. No, if you have vision, man, you have a sense of value. You have a sense of purpose. You have, man, we have this thing that we're working on together. And I'm happy I'm off the job. Now we get to put our energy and effort toward that together.
Right, yeah. Identity crisis is real.
It is.
And it don't matter what age you are in, man.
It's when the shift comes, you get laid off that job. You end up having to be a stay-at-home mom, and you're like this, C-suite female leader, but what if God is like, no, I need you to be at home for a little while.
Yeah. So that's really, really big, to not put your stock or your identity in occupation. On assignment. There's different things. We talk about assignments, callings, purpose, all that kind of stuff. It matters. And if you kind of find yourself in this identity crisis, like, who am I right now? What am I doing? It's probably because you ain't really laid everything on the table and said, all right, this is seasonal. This is an assignment. This is not forever identifying me. This is where I'm going away from this season of my life to the next. And now you don't get in that, like, weird space of, wait, what am I doing? Who am I? Where am I at? Like, I'm just wasting away. I don't want to be with you. I fell out of love. No, fall out of love. Right. For real, it's a big deal. There's marriages that are on the fence right now because of this very thing, man. And so this is the conversation that needs to be had more and more often. Tossing around dreaming, tossing around vision, tossing around purpose. Like, why are we here talking about that? Because we're supposed to do that for each other. Right. As a couple, I'm supposed to inspire you to live out your God-given purpose, right? And see how that's going to play out.
And it's not just on the husband, though the husband is the head. We've talked about that headship, but each of us has a different puzzle piece that makes the picture more clear. And so it's important to build that intimacy, to have that safety, so we both can share our thoughts and ideas and our dreams without judgment, without fear of rejection.
Right.
Because it is vulnerable.
You had a great gem you dropped one time. I use it. I steal stuff from her all the time. Right?
What's mine?
What's mine? What's yours is mine, right? That's mine anyway, right?
What about the other part?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
It's reciprocal, right? But she said, Dominique said, like, it would be very frustrating to try to put a puzzle together, but you don't have the actual complete picture to look at. He's like, man, how can I put a puzzle? It's like imagine a 1,500 piece puzzle, but you don't have a box.
Right.
You just got 1,500 pieces, but you don't have a box as a reference to visually see what it's supposed to be, and then be able to take steps to put it together without the vision of seeing what could be or what it should be.
And it's not impossible.
How frustrating is that?
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
not impossible, but it's discouraging. Not just frustrating, but it's like, man, there's no impetus, there's no inspiration, there's no motivation, and that's the power of vision. Is when we talked about a couple episodes ago, you're going to hit hard times. Do you have that vision to give you that light, at the end of the tunnel?
Right. True. So is this landing? Is this hitting home for y'all out there? Man, for those that have it, I'm pretty sure y'all are like, man, yes, preach, amen. Y'all probably shouting at the screen.
And even if you do, there's different levels to it. There's different layers that you can add to the vision, especially as you evolve, as your spouse evolves, as your children expand, and you're thinking about grandchildren. There's always effort we can put into enhancing the vision. Yeah.
Man, what are those businesses y'all haven't started yet, right? What are those vacations y'all haven't taken yet, man? What are those ministries that y'all feel like y'all want to be a part of or join or go see? What's that food you always wanted to say? Like, we want to be foodies and travel and do all kind of stuff. Those are the things that bring like some excitement, and some inspiration to your life for future things. Like, we may not be doing it now, but at least we have hope and aspirations for one day, man. We possibly gonna do those things, right? And even financially, I know we dream about that all the time and talk about it. It's frustrating sometimes, but we're not gonna always be in this financial situation for the rest of our lives, and we don't want to be, and we're not gonna accept staying where we are right now financially. So let's dream about being millionaires. Let's dream about what we do if we had $1 million in the bank. Like, what would be the plan and all that. Like, just kind of have fun with it and throw some things around and see what comes out of each other, and then put it on paper.
Right.
Like Al Green said. That's a solid one for y'all.
Tips? So again, we encourage you to come to the webinar on the 24th.
Yes.
We're going to talk a little bit more, not just about vision. We're going to talk about communication. So attend that or schedule a free consultation so we can actually get you started in the right direction. Because you don't have to do this alone and figure it out by yourself.
Yeah. We live for this. It's part of our purpose, man. Which is why we talk about this a lot, especially when it comes to marriages and parenting and all that. Like, this is essential, and so we want to breathe life in any way we can with y'all.
Yeah, we can do that as a couple or individually, right? You worked with a husband. I was so blown away that this young man was like, we need marriage work. I want to invest in my marriage, but I need to get myself right first. And I was like, wow. That's huge.
That's a big step, man. But it's important because, again, any person that's going to be in a leadership capacity, whether you're married or in a business or whatever you're doing, you got to be healthy first.
Yeah.
You can't be broken leading other people. You just
right.
going to break other
the
people.
Blind leading the blind.
Right. That's not going to work. And so take some accountability, responsibility, and take a step to saying, hey, I need some help. Yeah. We all do. I had to do it too. So, man, do it, man. We're here for y'all.
And even for the visionaries out there, you might have great personal vision, but like, you can't achieve that and pursue that at the expense of your marriage and your family.
True.
So make sure you're including your wife and or husband
and your kids, man.
Yes.
Yeah, include your family. That your kids are gifted, man, and they are a blessing to your marriage. They're not just some side pieces just sitting over there. They're supposed to be included in what y'all are doing because we're family, and there's purpose in
and
that.
God definitely speaks through those kids.
What? Hurt you sometimes when you hear the truth sometimes, but it's for the good.
But also the childlike faith, and innocence and innovation that they have, so don't shut them down. Don't discredit what they can contribute.
Facts, man.
So what are some practical tools we can leave with them on having a vision retreat?
Do it. Make time for it.
At least once a year.
And it could be uncomfortable, but you gotta be uncomfortable with each other. That's a part of growth. And so make some room for it. And it don't have to be super deep. Like, you don't have to do nothing that's like becoming a monk and doing some kind of like getaway where y'all don't speak for 3-4 hours and then you come back and share. It's just like bring a notebook to a weekend getaway, or maybe y'all do a staycation or something and say, hey babe, man, what's our thoughts for the next 2 or 3 years? But
do make sure you get away, even if it's going to a park. You want to get away from the noise the mundaneness of the day to day. You want to get out of that to talk and dream and be inspired. So pick an ambiance that's nice and chill.
Yeah.
Add some food. Food always makes things better too.
Facts. And just pick what's important for both of you. I mean that's, I don't want to get too deep into that, but like what are the values y'all hold near and dear to, and how you want to see those flesh out? Like make it like specific for you and your family, your relationship, whether it's marriage. Okay, what's most important for us? Now let's dream about those things. You know, what do we want to see by the end of the year, or by the end of next year, or whatever. And just have a conversation about it. Jot it down. Put a voice recorder on. Record it. Just do something.
Do something. And take time to look back, reflect on where you've been. At least the past 12 months, look at where you are now, and then look at where you want to go, right? Because the past and the present inform the future.
Yeah. What worked and what didn't work, right? And now what can we adjust, and how we're gonna get from where we are now to where we want to be.
Yeah, and consider like what are the high conflict issues, right? So we can be proactive and have a plan to avoid conflict. So if it's finances, if it's parenting, make those the top priority, you know, and then everything else is just icing on the cake.
Yeah. Baby steps, man. You don't eat the whole elephant in one bite, man, but at least you're taking steps of progress towards it. Don't stay idle. And if that's we talking to you and you've been idle, okay, look, this is your call to action, man. Don't stay where you at. Do this. At least try to see how much breath of fresh air and how much lift it'll bring to your relationship and to you personally. And
this is the perfect time. October is a great time to start thinking about vision, because don't wait until New Year's Eve.
Oh no, you need to already been done.
You need to start the conversation. Y'all can walk away from it, pray about it, talk about it some more, and then have a final draft by New Year's Eve. So that's the goal, and you want to be looking into 2025. So start that now, even if you've never done it. Start looking into and dreaming into 2025. It is almost here.
We're in the fourth quarter. If you play sports, you put them fours up when fourth quarter comes. That means it's time to tap in. We gotta execute. So you gotta get tapped in, man.
So you have to be proactive and start now, and not start the year off trying to figure out a game plan. You need to have the game plan now.
Y'all can do this. Y'all got this. And you're not alone, man. If y'all out there, y'all need some marriage help, you need mediation, you need us to get in and with you, provide some coaching, communication, intimacy, trust, whatever y'all are struggling with and y'all need help with, we're certified, we're called to it. This is a passion work for us, and we want to be a support for you, man, and resource you. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here for this, and we live for this.
So thank y'all for tuning in. Again, save the date for October 24th. Go ahead and register. I know we have links and QR codes everywhere. Check us out on social media. And
men's and women coaching going on too. Group men's and women coaching starting actually October 1st and moving all the way through the fourth quarter season, 8 weeks. And so don't hesitate to reach out and get the coaching that you need. If it's men and women, we're here for you and we got you, man. So y'all lock in with us. Much love, man. Until next time. Peace.